was a few days after they just lost 8-2 at Old Trafford, and Arsenal was signing lots of players to almost try and put that right, and it was a bit of a rush. Did you come into a club where you felt that it was really a humiliation? Did you feel that they were falling behind Manchester United at that stage? They weren't really challengers in the title race with United.
Well, I was lucky enough to get a phone call a few days before that to have again the opportunity to play for this club, and the circumstances sometimes are necessary for someone to be given the opportunity to experience something. Unfortunately, it had to be, because it was a big result on the day, but after that the rest is history.
You said it wasn't just the result that got you here, it was...
I don't think it was, but probably that was another layer probably.
And I know for you as a manager playing Man United or as a player is a big thing, but for those of us who aren't Manchester United or Arsenal, this fixture, it has history, but it hasn't felt significant in the way it used to. But Sunday feels significant, and it really matters to outsiders. Again, are you proud of your team that they've done that and they've put Arsenal back there again?
Absolutely, and I feel the excitement around the place and our supporters, and I just talking to the boys to understand what we're going to experience on Sunday, because for us it's very meaningful, for our fans it's very meaningful, and we are creating a special atmosphere in the stadium, and we have to take advantage of that, that's for sure.
Tom? Mikel, have you ever had an opportunity to speak to Sir Alex Ferguson about football and about the way he put his teams together? Did you ever take anything from him?
Yeah, I had a few conversations, but not formally, just with people around him, and just more listening than talking, obviously.
And what did you take from the sides he put together?
We didn't speak specifically about those things, but what it really captured me was his presence, his charisma, the way he talked, and how honest and brutal he was about certain opinions that he had about the game and players.
Just to go back to Leandro, a lot of fans will look at the number of creative players you've got now and perhaps wonder what that means for Emile Smith Rowe. Is there any message to him and them about Leandro's arrival?
The message is to Emile. I send him every single day. He needs to be fit and available, and we have a player of his quality like this. He will play a lot of minutes.
And finally we go to Dan.
Mikel, in those old Manchester United Arsenal games, one of the features where you didn't have just great players like Bergkamp and Henry and Beckham and so on. You had some really hard players and players who could mix it. And there was a perception that perhaps for a while Arsenal lost both that physical strength and that mental strength. Was that something you really needed to bring back when you came in as manager?
Well, obviously having that balance and having those qualities in this quarter are necessary, and mental skill qualities or emotional capacity to control what is required when you play and in big stages is very necessary. The physical aspect is necessary in the league. Without that you cannot compete for 11 months in the conditions that we work. So we always try to build a team that has everything.
I spoke to someone else the other day, their assessment of why Manchester United and Arsenal haven't competed for the league recently, partly is that teams became almost too nice. They weren't able to do some of the dark arts, some of the dirty stuff. Is your team streetwise enough to keep this up and to cope with a game like Sunday?
We haven't done it in the last many years, to be on the title race. So it's something that we have to show that we can do it. Words mean nothing. We have to do it in the pitch.
Okay, guys. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
See you soon.